Well, good morning everyone from my subtropical climate in Queensland, Australia. Our temperature today is going to be about 28 degrees, so that's getting nice and warm for us as we slowly crawl towards our summer. And for those of you that follow my channel, you'd know that I have built myself a shade house. So let's go and have a look inside and see what I've been doing in there. Well, it didn't take me long, of course, as it wouldn't be with most gardeners, to start actually using it for the purpose that it was designed. And that, for me, is to pot and grow plants under shade. Temperatures can get extremely hot in Queensland, and last year in our subtropical climate, we had almost 2 weeks of temperatures in their 40s. So that's pretty warm, and unless you've got some sort of shade or covering on certain plants, they are going to die, as I found out last year. So the idea of this was find myself a space where I can actually start to grow some plants to a bigger size before I put them into my garden. So I've been busy here, and what I've been doing is actually just taking cuttings from plants that I have already in my garden. So this is a beautiful light pink African daisy, and as you can see, they're all looking extremely healthy. I just took cuttings from them and put them in. These are some osteospermum that I took from cuttings in my garden as well. So, and lovely little daisies here. Just took cuttings, put them in an environment where it's a little bit cooler for them and it's going to be easier for them to grow. My next decision was, because the floor wasn't made with concrete, or we didn't put any stones down in here, eventually the grass in here will die off and it may get a little bit muddy and sludgy during our wet weather. However, this faux grass is just amazing. So it's got a rubber back on it, of course, and any moisture just falls through it and goes underneath, and actually it starts to pack itself down. So I've put this faux grass in all the places where I'll be walking and where there might be water coming off one of the potting benches to keep the area from being all wet and muddy. When thinking about the strength of shade cloth I would need, I went and spoke to somebody locally who had grown plants in this area, and this was their advice: 70%. 50% is not going to be enough in our extreme Queensland conditions. Now, where you live, no matter where it is in the world, you may need 50%. You may not get anywhere near as much sun as I do. So take your advice locally. But for me, when our temperatures get over 40 degrees with regularity, 50% is just not enough. So eventually I will have shelving along here and across the bottom, hopefully 3 layers deep. I plan on growing a lot of plants in here, a lot of things from seeds. So I need to make sure I've got plenty of space. And for all those ferns, things that need that little bit of extra shade, I've got a tree out here. So this corner becomes quite shady. I've started with a maidenhair fern, and he's looking quite happy down there. So to me, this is what gardening is about. It's about being in a space and doing the things that make you happy. I wish you all the very same, no matter where you live in the world, a happy and fruitful day in your garden too.